Hi there, it's Fred Sweet. Welcome to Guitar Media's Schecter Diamond Series Demon 6 video. We're here today to take a look at this 2014 Schecter Demon 6 in Red Crimson Burst. Enjoy the demo. First things first, this guitar is active with Duncan Design humbucker pickups with a battery access door here in the back. This guitar was tuned in B for this demonstration. Someone set it up for baritone before we got it, using a hybrid custom gauge set of electric guitar strings to be able to tune the instrument down to B while the strings still retain the tension that you need for playing in B comfortably and retaining a full sound. This is something that I researched to try to find out what they did here is they actually have 3 wound strings and 3 solid or plain strings. And I went online to see if I could find what custom strings these may be or what gauges they may be. And while I wasn't able to find any custom or hybrid baritone electric guitar strings, there is a company called Stringjoy, and on the Stringjoy website, it allows you to custom order your string gauges. And really, to do this, you would probably end up having to buy 2 sets, and I think they also have 8 string sets to really fine tune or dial in your string tension to your preference. But this is something that I highly recommend doing, especially if you're doing studio work, heavy metal, or blues styles of music. We have found that this not only allows us to get incredible heavy metal tones, but also works great for blues, or even maybe a bass, single pluck bass type solos. Great for that, and just really just adds an entirely new dimension to your guitar arsenal. So these are some of the specifications directly from Schecter website. The scale is 25.5 inches. This comes with a thin C-shaped neck, 24X jumbo frets, a 14-inch radius, Graph Tech XL Black Tusk nut, and a two-way adjustable truss rod. The body on this guitar is a red crimson burst. It's an arch top. They call the hardware color black chrome. Of course, this is right-handed. It's a bolt-on construction neck. The body material is basswood. It comes with the aged cream one-ply binding. The bridge is tune-o-matic with a string-through body design. The electronics include volume, tone, and a three-way pickup selector switch that allows you to switch from the bridge position to both pickups to the neck position. The knobs are considered to be metal knurled with set screw. This guitar is also available with a plastic molded case. The fingerboard also features the gray pearloid Gothic crosses. This guitar was also available in a 7-string configuration as well as a locking tremolo system configuration. So after doing a few heavy metal riffs on the Demon 6, it turns out that the active Duncan design humbuckers are not the most well suited for high gain, high volume applications, as they were slightly microphonic and what I would consider to be not so much of a squealy microphonic. What I heard was more of a howling, sort of a mid-range. And you know, this problem since maybe have been rectified or addressed, as Schecter has gone to their own pickups now, so in the current models. But interesting enough, a lot of times we find that these microphonic issues seem to actually lend themselves to blues styles of music, and that we get an extra little honk or ringing or what have you, a live character to the sound. I just like to touch one more time on the active electronics. Well, we have had several active acoustic electric guitars come through. This is the first factory active electric guitar that we've had come through with the battery department where everything's working. And a lot of times we have seen modified electric guitars where people put batteries in them. And at the end of the day, I'm just not a fan of any guitar that that's active that doesn't have a battery compartment, because, you know, battery acid can eat up your electronics, and it's not something you just want to leave in there, especially if you're not going to be using it. But interesting enough, the difference between inactive and active pickups is actually very similar if you could imagine active microphones or condenser microphones, which is alternately powered microphones, versus passive microphones, typically dynamic microphones and live microphones. What this allows you to do is actually get not only an increased volume in signal and a higher decibel level output, it also eliminates noise. Normal noise decibels are eliminated due to the fact that the output is higher. So this basically leaves the noise at the same level that it was, but then by increasing the output level, then it actually, in a sense, reduces the noise level. I don't know if that makes sense, but much like the microphones, we have also found these pickups to be more of a full range frequency response. Whereas passive pickups and microphones have a tendency to be isolated to certain frequencies, these just seem to be all over the spectrum a lot more evenly, and just really everywhere you go. If you could imagine like a piezo pickup on an acoustic electric guitar being full range, and while these definitely have more of an electric type tone, in comparison to passive pickups, I think that's a good example. This guitar is also made in Indonesia with a grafted neck design. Typically, we like to see a solid maple neck or solid mahogany neck, but on this particular model, it doesn't seem to adversely affect the guitar. Whereas most models, like I would consider maple to be a tone wood that is very tone specific. On other models, like a Stratocaster is a good example, or a Telecaster with a maple neck, they're really focused in and like a certain type of tone, like a twangy or a spanky type of a sound. And it's the same for mahogany. A lot of times, like with Gibson guitars, like with a Les Paul, we're looking for like a woody type tone. And we find a lot of times with maple, with a rosewood cap, it's a lot more of a versatile approach to tone woods for a neck, to be able to really pull a lot of different types of sounds. And so the fact that this neck is grafted, the reason why it's not really affecting this guitar so much is because this guitar is not really frequency focused. It's actually more of a full range type sound. And what this does is it actually allows you to focus and isolate your own frequencies and actually shape and form your own sound, whether it be with equalizers or the effects or whatever types of amps you might use, or the tubes, or maybe possibly the speakers or microphones. Eventually coming up with your own sound. Thanks for watching, and check our channel for our latest videos.